Hey, Waterway Church, it's good to see you today. It is Friday, July 10th. It's about lunchtime. There's a nice gentle rain outside, and it's a pretty quiet day at Waterway. Hey, today I wanted to come to you. I'm going to read you a letter. It's a copy of the letter that I actually shared a little bit ago via email. So a lot of you may have gotten it already, but just trying to get the message out so that everybody knows what's going on this weekend and knows what to expect for worship services on Saturday night and Sunday morning. As you know, we're in the midst of kind of ongoing adjustments in the way that we do things due to differing regulations that come down from our government and the Department of Health and all that. So we put together a letter that the elders reviewed, the leadership team reviewed, and so I'm just going to read it for you because it's just a little easier to do that and make sure that the words are right. So here's what we've got, and again, this is a copy of what's in your email, so you may need to look at that too, and feel free to forward that to anybody that you like if they need to know what's happening here around Waterway. But as you know, we had a great time at our outdoor worship service on Sunday, especially those of us who were in the shade. So we have a few more of those planned. We expect to worship outside again on August 2nd and then also on September 13th. We're hoping that September 13th can be kind of a regular tailgate party like we've done over at Media, but we'll see what conditions allow. But we expect to worship outside again on August 2nd and on September 13th, weather permitting, so please mark your calendars. Otherwise, for the next while, services will be in our sanctuary here on 7 o'clock on Saturday evenings and at 10:30 on Sunday mornings. For those of you with younger kids, we're also excited to announce that we'll begin holding children's church again this Sunday morning, July 12th. Our Christian education and leadership teams have agreed to have children's church during the sermon time for kids 4 years old up through those kids who have completed second grade this year. This will happen in our fellowship hall on the second and fourth Sundays of the month, and every parent is expected to use their own judgment as to whether kids will participate. This is a bit of a trial run, and we'll shut it down if things can't stay organized. Parents, this is an invitation to participate. It's not an expectation, okay? Now, those are the plans. Here are the important details. Due to the heightened mandates last week from the Pennsylvania governor and Department of Health, we will continue to practice hand washing, social distancing, and wearing face masks while here in the building, as we did through June. And these guidelines will be in effect for our worship services and for children's church. The Waterway elders are still meeting weekly to continue to make sure that we are in compliance with state mandates. We're in the midst of a very fluid situation, as the recommendations and requirements of our governor and the health department change on a regular basis. This is a challenge. An earlier plan from the elders was to begin to take steps to relax the face mask requirement at Waterway in July, as our county moved into the green phase of the reopening process. But on July 1st, Governor Wolf and the Pennsylvania Department of Health heightened face mask requirements for all of Pennsylvania. Effective July 1st, an order from the Secretary of the Department of Health said this, and I quote, "Individuals are required to wear face coverings if they are in any indoor location where members of the public are generally permitted," unquote. Importantly to us, as we understand state documents, churches and other places of worship are specifically not exempt from this order. As you know, we've had a COVID-19 action plan in place at Waterway that defines the measures we take to work at preventing the spread of the coronavirus while we gather. These practices had been recommended by our governor and the Pennsylvania Department of Health, and we complied. Now, face coverings are required by the same authorities. The government is not causing us to sin, nor are they hindering our ability to gather, so the elders of Waterway believe we must comply. The COVID-19 pandemic caused us to worship from home, from video, for 12 weeks instead of in person here at Waterway Road. That was a difficult time for many of us because we place a high value on gathering together to worship God and to encourage each other in our fellowship. Gathering together again has been a welcome relief, but the limitations on our programs and our personal contact are still hard to deal with. We'd like to be more carefree, but we continue to deal with the emotional static, health concerns, and general unknowns from the world around us. We'd like to be able to escape from all this when we come to church, but it affects all of us still, even here. Church, these are the moments that we're here for. Our world is broken and our world is tired. People are angry and they're afraid and they're lost. We have our own concerns too, those of us who believe in Jesus, but we have an opportunity to continue to gather and pray and worship and testify to the power of God to rescue us from the dominion of darkness. We are continuing to spread the light of Jesus in our community, and our neighbors are noticing. They see us gathering, and some of them are joining us for Saturday evening and Sunday morning services. Even in the midst of the pandemic, God is helping us to fulfill our mission, to help everyone we know become more like Jesus. I'm sharing this partly today to share information, but also to remind us that our witness is making a difference. Our mission is not hassle-free. There are still a lot of things I hope to see change about how we can do things, but our mission is worth it. So I hope to see you Saturday evening or Sunday morning as we continue on in our mission to show God to the world and help everyone we know become more like Jesus. Thanks for praying. Thanks for persevering. Keep at it.